What's going on, guys? We have a first look at a Kershaw tonight. That's right. It's going to be a fun little budget knife. Now, this is a knife that I've put off purchasing for quite a while, and I've been looking at these since they came out as a new model. I just don't know why I never pulled the trigger.
Wait a minute.
But then as I kind of thought about it, then yeah, I kind of remembered a few things about it I wasn't really super thrilled about.
Disappointed!
But anyways, I ended up, after all these years, buying a Dividend.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Now, these knives were super cool because they had a couple unique old school flavors from the Kershaw line.
Would you like to see?
Specifically, the zipper blade.
Why, sweet Jesus.
That's rad.
Which I think is really awesome. Now, this one's two sets of steels that are kind of schmelted together, if you will.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Beautiful, thinly ground blade with these two different steels that are etched two different colors. And on the in between, you can see kind of a copper fuse material in between, which I believe is copper.
Bingo.
Now, they didn't go cheap on this steel either. This is Cpm-D2. And this is a sub $100 knife, guys. I got it on Amazon for 92 bucks shipped. What a cool knife for the budget.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
It does have some of the hallmark markers from the ZT and Kershaw line, some familiar billboarding, of course. But I really love the thinness of this blade. It's just incredibly thin behind the edge, and the blade stock just is laser thin. And you can see it's all the way through. It's not just at the top. I mean, it does have a slight swedge to it, and you can see the full blade stock here. But most of this blade belly and everything is grounded out really, really thin. So this is going to be a really nice slicer. At the same time, you guys know I own a 777, and as the rest of the ZT line goes, they do this design, you know, all the way and as much as possible. So it does have that kind of typical sheep's foot with a down point to the tip, blade shape, kind of similar to the 777-esque, like a lot of other knives from the ZT and Kershaw line. But this is just a really sweet knife. It does come with these green scales. I think this is the only color that you get this blade with this color scales, this green.
No, they say geniuses pick green. But you didn't pick it.
It's a green anodized, I believe, aluminum scales on top of some stainless liners. The liners are kind of flimsy.
It's really going to sizzle old Slugworth.
But there is no exposed frame right here. You got the Made in America logo right there. That's how you know an American-made Kershaw is American-made, by that little stamp right there. You got a nice deep carry clip that will completely conceal the knife in your pocket, and it is reversible. Here's your liner lock. It's very thin, not great access, and that's just due to the nature of the knife being so thin. I mean, look at this thing. It's just incredibly thin.
Don't worry, I got enough. It's big.
I want bigger.
Here's the Rockwell, for example, titanium liner lock. You can see the difference. This is extremely thin, so very cool. You got a captured pivot here. You can easily disassemble this guy. It's got a reasonable amount of screws, 4 screws holding this thing all together with stainless steel screws. I'm gonna imagine these are T6 and maybe a T8 up here, and you also have pocket clips, screw holes right here on both sides. Although I don't know who would do that. But anyways, we got the backspacer right here, which is very resemblant to the 777 as well. So to me, it just reminded me of a little mini 777, but it's not that mini.
Hey, don't worry. I got enough.
And it does have, you know, a nice good tip. So this is going to be a very nice usable EDC, but kind of a cool novelty to look at as well. Now, one thing I don't particularly like is the action on this knife is rock solid stiff.
That's what she said.
And it does have an assisted spring. You got a beautiful flipper tab right here, and you got a nice assist to it. It was a little bit sticky first getting it out of the box, but it's kind of working its way in.
That's what she said. Okay, first of all, Steve Carell owns That's What She Said. He owns it.
You can try to de-assist these, but the detent thing is kind of a problem with the way these perform.
Performance?
Yes, your performance. You know, the,
Performance like sexual?
Some of these assisted knives being de-assisted, it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't, so it's kind of an experimental thing. Will I do that with this? I'm definitely going to take it apart, clean it up, and retorque it to my specs because I feel it's very thick around the pivot area.
Are you saying there's something wrong with my gear?
But I don't know if I'm going to modify anything or remove the leaf spring little deal in there.
Is that what you're saying to me?
I'm sorry, your gear?
I've done it on knives before, but I don't know. It works well. It's kind of designed that way, so what the hell, right? So there you have it, the Kershaw Dividend. A little blast from the recent past, but something that pays homage to the far past.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
And we'll do a full review on this guy at some point.
May God have mercy on your soul.
And I hope you guys like this video. Please show your support by leaving comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon. And this is the Watch and Cut channel, out for the evening. We'll see you guys all on the next one.